Okay, for this, welcome everyone to the October 2021 acquisitions SIG for koha-US. The upgrades for Bywater customers is imminent or has already happened if you're an early adopter. And I thought it might be useful, pardon me, to kind of go over the enhancements and the new function that we have for acquisitions. And since we've got 2 releases this time, we've got 2011 and 2105, both. So what I did was just kind of grab the acquisition stuff from the release notes, and then maybe, and then I'll just kind of share my screen and we can walk through it and see. And, as questions come up, this isn't a presentation or anything. This is just, here's this new one. Let's comment on it amongst ourselves and see what we can learn from each other, basically. So I am going to share my screen, and okay. So can you all see a koha? I guess this one is the tools screen. Okay. So what I am going to do is just work my way down through here. And if something is interesting or you want to know more, we can poke at it a little bit more. Some of these I've got, I logged into the Bywater demo site. So some of them we can show there. And other ones I'll have to go to my live site to actually demonstrate. So for, oh, yeah, this one. I think that's how that is. Just log in there. Okay, so the first one that we're going to look at is show budget in addition to fund for late orders in acquisitions. So I actually pulled up our late orders because it takes a bit for that to show, to get loaded. So what to get here from the home screen, go to acquisitions and then select late orders. And what they've done is add this budget field here. So before we had the fund field, but now we also have the budget field. So that's helpful to know, which budget you're actually in. So for us, all of these are in this year's, the current year's budget. These were ordered in last year's budget, but when we closed out last year's budget, we rolled everything into this year's budget so that we can deal with it this year. So yeah, you can see some of these are a little old, which I'm sure, because of the world we're living in right now, all of you have some old orders and stuff like that. So any comments about that one? Any yay? I don't know. We just kind of, I don't know that we spend a lot of time looking at this late order thing, but I'm sure it's helpful. The next one is add the price column to acquisition details tab in the staff interface. So again, I'll show you this one here because the demo site doesn't have anything. So, there we go. Under the acquisitions tab, so you've got a title and you go to the acquisitions detail, and now it has the price column here so that you can see how much you spent on the different copies that you ordered. So that is now available. I'll just keep moving through these till somebody stops me. So for the notices and slips, and maybe somebody can talk a little bit about this, but okay, so I went to home and I went to tools, and then I go to notices and slips, and there is a ACK order notice, I guess. And now if you go here and edit this, go to the email one, there is now, did I go past it? No. Basket, ACK orders. So, no, it's add basket information. So here's the basket information that wasn't there before. So you could add, you know, what do we want to add? We want to add the basket name to our thing. I think I just stuck it right there. So, but, and you know, then you can take that and move it around wherever you want it in your note. We don't use this particular notice, but I'm sure for libraries that do, that's a helpful piece of added information. I'm guessing this is used by libraries that don't do EDI ordering, because this looks like, you know, please order for the library, you know. So I guess it would have to be somebody that also doesn't order through the website, that you actually send in an order. So, okay, this one might be kind of cool though, I think. So this is related to purchase suggestions. So it reads, add suggestions unwanted fields. That's like one word, to hide fields from the suggestions form. So, you know, if we go here and, oh, logged me out already. Okay. And, oh, great. Out of here too. Okay. I know that there was this person right here, and that is his username. And I'm going to update these. Save. All right, so now.
Rhonda, there was no, oh, no, that's right.
Is it? Okay.
I don't know. I was
There's
gonna say
no
there's no
R.
R in Chris.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that.
Yeah, there's no R in it. And yesterday when I was playing with it, I stuck the R in it because it was driving me crazy. But I think, huh. It's still thinking. Wow. Okay. Anyway,
Rhonda, you may have locked the account.
Okay.
So click on, go back to the staff client, to the staff interface, I should say now. and
Okay.
cancel what you're doing.
Okay.
And then click on change password.
All right.
And try putting your password there.
Okay.
Although I didn't see the warning about locking the account.
Enter. So that part is right? And if I put this in here, this worked yesterday, of course. Oh, yay. Okay, whatever. All right. So you can see here that we've got title, author, copyright date, ISBN, publisher, collection, publishing place, quantity, item type, and notes. So let's say we don't care about collection title, publication place, or quantity. You know, they're just taking up space on our form. So what this new thing does is we go to administration, and then we search on the new preference is OPAC suggestion unwanted. If I type, oh, look, it's still there from yesterday. Okay, so we're going to search for this. So we've got the OPAC suggestion unwanted fields. So these are fields that should be hidden for patron purchase suggestions. And then we've got some checkboxes. So already the library or branch was hidden, but let's see, if we did collection title, we did publication place, and we did quantity. And I'm going to uncheck library just because I can, and save. And then we go back here and refresh. We should see something different. So now we do see the branch, but we don't see the quantity, the publication place, and the collection title. So that's just a slick way, easier way to do it than having to do Jquery or whatever you need to do. So that can be very useful, because I know a lot of people, when they saw the quantity on the purchase suggestion, weren't excited about that and wanted that to go away. So now you've got a really slick way to do that. The next one is add the ability to manually import EDI invoices as an alternative to automatically importing on download. Basically, there's a system preference that you set, which it's kind of hard to demonstrate that. So if that's interesting, it's bug 23682. That's 23682 if you're interested in learning more about that.
Rhonda,
Yeah.
a question. We're not using EDI yet, but when would you see you would use that system preference compared to having it just automatically do it?
I can't think of a reason we would ever do that. I'm sure that there's a library out there that has a reason for it. I think it's just so, you know, slick and saves time to have it automatically pull in. I don't know, you know, maybe if you're just setting up with the vendor and you want to double check the invoices before you actually pull them into your system, that might be a reason that you'd want to, you know, stop, you know, not have them process automatically.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This one, I was staring at this going, what does that mean? So the next one is additional acquisition permissions. So when you have a patron, let's pick on Mr. Bacon again. And you set permissions for the patron, down here under acquisition management, there are 5 new, detailed permissions that include reopen closed invoices to reopen and close invoices. So, oh, they're not even, okay. Reopen closed invoices right here. Edit invoices. I saw all these yesterday. Edit invoices right there. Delete invoices here, merge invoices, and delete baskets. There. So those 5, I guess, are, it says more granularity to the acquisition permission. So if you want certain people to be able to do certain things and others not, there's more granularity in the acquisitions stuff, permissions. So the next one, let me go back to our patron here and actually put in a purchase suggestion. I guess I'm okay. Let's see. We're going to, I can't remember who wrote it, but we'll just say, how about AB, and we'll put in copyright of 1950. I don't know. All right. And we can submit our suggestion. So we've got one suggestion submitted. And now let's go to the acquisitions suggestion. Okay. So, oh, nuts. I thought I did that right. Suggestion for East Branch. Okay. All right. I'm going to do another new purchase suggestion. And this will be this exciting title with this interesting author. And we are going to pick the North Branch and submit that.
That's my favorite author.
You like that? Yeah, I
Mhm.
found it very stimulating myself. New perspectives. Okay, so now we can see under this management, we've got 5 from the East Branch, but 6 from all libraries. So before it would just say 6, and then multiple branch locations, you'd come in and it would say, oh, there's only 5 pending. Well, what happened to that 6th one? So just that breaking it apart so that it's more clear where the things are coming from. So if I would go to North Branch, I think that's the one. There we have our interesting author and title.
I love this one. I love it a lot.
You love it a lot. Okay.
Because in a consortium, we always have that confusion. It also shows on the homepage. If you click on just koha to go back to the homepage.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. Right down
it
here.
breaks apart there, and that's where we really have the confusion, because consortium wide, right now it just shows up one number and then they click it and then there's nothing there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's really nice to have that broken out.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
I will be sharing my jQuery that I've already written on my test server, that if there are no suggestions for your library, and no patron modifications for your library, and no checkout notes pending for your library, and no OPAC problem reports pending for your library, that none of those will show on the homepage in the alerts section. Christopher and I have been working on that a little bit. So
Okay, that's good. All right, then.
Oh, Rhonda,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
back on the other page, Hasina was asking what the checked tab does.
Oh, okay. So let's go back. I guess I have to go back this way. Yes. Yes. Okay. So the checked tab, that's, from my understanding, is sort of however you want to use it. It is an option when you choose a status. It's checked, checked is one of them that comes default with the system. When we first started using this, what we were doing, and this is how we used checked, one example, it's not necessarily the solution for everybody, but you can just kind of use it however you want. So what we were doing was when something came in pending, we have like one person assigned a day each day to kind of keep their eye on the purchase suggestions. And what we were doing before was actually the person would see, oh, this one came in, and they would go in and look at it, edit it, and figure out, which collection developer this actually goes to. And then we would put, their initials in here and then change the status to checked and save that. And then the collection developers would just go to the checked tab and look for their initials. And then they didn't, they wouldn't have to keep going through all of the other things. That was phase one, and that's how we use checked. We don't use checked anymore because what we did was we went into the authorized values for suggestion statuses and added all of the collection developers' names. So now the person just, instead of moving it to checked, will actually move it to a tab for the collection developer, and the collection developer just looks at their tab and sees what's going on there. That's a really long answer for a short question. Does that help? Was it Hasina? Somehow I've got to, oh, there's the chat. Okay, super. All right. And that's good. Keep, if you notice something, ask questions, and that's how we'll all learn from each other, because that whole collection developer tabs for each of the collection developers, I figured out by a discussion that took place here. So, and the collection developers love it. They think that's the greatest thing ever. Yeah, anyway. Next is add publication year and edition to the Z3950 results in acquisitions. So if you have, let's see, I'm gonna have to go back here, pick, oh, that's right. I never could figure, anybody know what vendor they've actually got on this system? I don't know. Because I try, let's see.
You just search for like A.
There you
See if
go.
anything comes up. There you go.
Okay, that is a useful one. So if I add basket, did I do that? Add basket, and then from an external source, you get here. We'll pick our Gone with the Wind. I'm just going to do Library of Congress, search. Okay, so now this has year of publication and edition, 2 new fields. Before, if you did it from cataloging, you got those 2 fields. Now, when you do the Z3950, you can see the year and edition, both from cataloging and from acquisitions. So, oh, okay. The next one is, oops. If we go back to acquisitions and, okay, so it adds the acquisitions status statistics wizard and the orders by fund links here in a bunch of these different navigation on different pages. So those two are now there with the links. All right, now this one says allow to limit on standing orders in acquisitions advanced search. I was having a really hard time understanding what that meant. Allow
Rhonda?
to, yeah.
I was just gonna, maybe you're gonna cover it, but since we're on this page, I was gonna point out in that report section, that third link for hold ratios.
Mhm.
You used to have to go to circulation to get that, and that didn't really seem
Yes.
like a circ function. So it's now in acquisitions, and you can get to it from there.
From there. That is a very good point. I didn't even realize that. Yes, you're right. You used to have to go to circulation to figure that out or to run that report. So yeah, that'll be very handy. So let me see if I can. Give it a minute here. There. Okay, this is the bug that allow to limit on standing orders in acquisition advanced search. As standing orders don't have their own status but remain as new, it would be nice if the advanced search form in the acquisitions module allowed for limiting on standing orders, maybe using a checkbox. So we don't use standing orders like this so much. And so this didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Does anybody use standing orders? So basically the test plan is create some baskets with at least one order, some standing and others not. On the top toolbar, choose tab orders search, advanced search. Make some searches with and without the new standing orders option and verify that the right orders are found. Okay. Does anybody need to see this one? Because I will just be muddling my way through it. If not, we will move on. Okay, this one I have a question for Barbara.
Rhonda, you did get a we do in the chat there.
Oh, okay. So you use the standing, I'm guessing this is academic or something like that.
Rhonda, we do use standing order, but I think you can skip it because we have separate basket for that. We also use EDI, so standing order, we don't use EDI. Yeah, so you can skip it if other people doesn't need it. Thank you.
Okay, all right. All right, you know that it's out there though. Okay. So then the next one is, you know how I'm gonna have to use our baskets here. For this. So we've got this. So before it used to say RCVD right here in these parentheses once it was received. Now it says received. When it was whatever it was. So the reasoning is they updated it with its own class in the basket view. So that's on the coding or whatever, it's got its own class. So we used to have this highlighted in red when it was RCVD because I stole that code from Barbara. Now it's not highlighted in red anymore because it doesn't say RCVD. I went into the JS script, or I never can remember what it's called, and updated it, but then I got some really strange results. So if somebody can figure that one out, that would be great. But now it says received, so you don't have to understand hieroglyphics to know that what that means. So that's a nice touch. So
I do have ours in red, so let me look around and see what I did.
okay, yeah, I got it in red, but then it had some other stuff in front of it, and so and then I started trying to figure out what the new class was, and I got distracted. Never came back to it. So thank you. Next one is set focus for cursor to basket name input box on basket header PL. So this patch modifies the form for creating a new basket. So let's go back over here. Oh, what was it again? So we are going to, no. We want to do a new basket, and it puts the cursor in the basket name. That is what that one does, which is very nice. And then when adding a new vendor, set focus for cursor to the name input box. So if we go back one and new vendor, then it puts the cursor in the name input box. Those are just kind of usability things. So that is everything for, okay, so that's all the enhancements for acquisitions for 2011. There are other bug fixes and critical bug fixes and stuff like that, but all of those should have been added in, what do they call them? Maintenance releases. So I'm not going to go through all those because you probably have those on your system already. So the next thing that I'm going to do is move on to oh, okay. Intranet user. Yeah, thanks. See, I got to remember that because it takes me like 10 minutes just to find that thing first. All
I
right.
just usually type in user.js or user.css.
Okay.
Since they added a class there, you don't have to use JavaScript anymore. You should just be able to use CSS to color that one. So you can, it makes it a little easier.
Oh, okay. Well, shall we do something fun and put it on our system and watch the magic? Let's see.
I am all in favor of magic.
You like? Okay, good, because I like magic too. All right, so we need to go here. And then we need to go to, I am just going to say user.js and hope it finds it for me. What was it? Intranet. There we go. This one. So
Except the thing that I put in there, you want to put in user CSS.
CSS, right. You're right. Okay. So now let me user CSS. There, this thing. So you go here. I suppose I could make a comment, but then that would be. So I'm just going to go down to the bottom. Is that okay? I'm fumbling here.
Yeah, putting it at the bottom should be just fine.
Okay, so I'm adding this dot order dash received color red, and then save. And then we go back to, I suppose I did that right over top of, yeah. Okay, so then we'll go back to acquisitions. And we'll find our Amazon cart, our vendor. We'll go in here. Look, it's magic. we have read received. So it's just a little easier to spot the ones that are received. You know, it's like, oh, this one, we haven't got it yet. The other thing you can do is order it. That's the only one that we haven't received. So if you like that, there's the code. Yay. All right. So 2105 is we have two new features and then a bunch of enhancements. So the first one's going to be kind of hard to demonstrate because it's an improved performance on the acquisitions received page. So basically, this page will load faster. So that's a good thing. It's just kind of hard to demonstrate because you don't know how long it took before. So that is one of the things that's sponsored by Camden County Library System and Bywater Solutions. So thank you to Camden County Library System. The other new one is to add bulk close invoices and filter invoice view. So if we go to invoices, okay, so let's see. I'm just going to say, oh, that's not the number. I want to do the vendor, and then we'll just limit it to something reasonable to today. So let's just search all those invoices. And you see there now there are two tabs. One that says open invoices and one that's the closed invoices. So that kind of helps clarify for, you know, if you're just glancing at it, which ones are open and which ones are closed. Because, I mean, it does, the status does say, but, you know, if you just want to look at the open ones, now you don't have to be distracted by all of the closed ones. So I think that's pretty nice. And then it also adds the ability to bulk open or close or reopen invoices. And I wasn't, I think, well, let's go on this one. So you can reopen invoices by clicking whichever boxes you want to reopen and then select reopen selected invoices. If you had more than one open invoice, you could bulk close the invoices. So those are the two new features that we have. And then,
Rhonda, was that
yes.
merge option always there? Not that I want to, I just
Yeah,
can't remember.
I don't know. I can't remember either. Holly, do you know?
I've never used the merge invoice. So
Okay.
I don't honestly remember it being there.
Okay. So that may be a new thing too. I'm not sure what the rationale for
I'm not sure
merging.
why you would be.
Yeah.
An instance when you would need to merge them.
Yeah. So it's there if you feel like doing that. Okay, so now we're going to go to the enhancements. So they have added logging for acquisitions, which is like step one of the stuff that we wanted, that the bug that we wrote, you know, to get tracking of the budgets, you know, amounts as they fluctuate throughout the year. we wanted some way to track what changes were made throughout the year. So this is step one, is to actually have acquisitions logging. What they did was they added, does everybody know how to turn on where's the logging? That's an admin, right?
Yeah, it's in the system preferences. There's a tab for logs.
Oh, that's right. I remember that now. Logs. Something happening. Something's happening. Okay. So here's all the logs that you can turn on and off. And so now there's an acquisitions log, and you can turn that on. What you'll get is adding new baskets, reopening closed baskets, modifying basket headers, modifying basket users, closing baskets, and approving baskets. So right now, those are all of the things that get logged when you have acquisitions logging turned on. The next one is on the, oh yeah, this is, okay. So we need to go to the, oh, if you watch the what's new thing, they showed you this there too, but it's to allow custom text for each library on the purchase suggestion page, which is actually under tools, there it is, news. So, oh, somewhere in here. I don't know where. That's 14, that's all of them. Enhancement to allow for custom text at the top of the purchase suggestion screen, which can be administered via the koha-US tool. Oh.
Just do a new entry around it.
Oh, okay. New entry.
And then it should be one of those options.
Oh, and then,
display.
okay. So what did we call this? Oh, purchase. Oh, probably this one. OPAC suggestion. I should maybe not do this on our system. I should maybe do this over here. But you can just type in, you know, different stuff there. Where is it? You can, you know, just right here, just put whatever you want in there. You need to put a title in. You can pick whichever library you want it to display for. And then of course the publication dates. And that will put whatever text you put there on that purchase suggestion page, which would be somewhere in here. And then, no, that's not where it is. It would be,
I think it was instructions for like when making a new suggestion. So I think it went at the top whenever you click new purchase suggestion.
oh, okay.
It shows up at the top of that page.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
So this will get overwritten by whatever you put in there. But if you leave that box blank, then you're going to get this information, is the way I understand it from what they said. So if you have some, you know, something.
That's the way I understood it too, is if
Okay.
you leave it blank, it defaults to whatever the default is.
Yeah.
The thing I like about it is you can create a different set of instructions for multiple libraries.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And that, I could see where that would be helpful. You know, when you've got different libraries with different rules or ideas.
Yeah, we have some libraries that don't want people to use it.
Oh,
So their
okay.
instructions could be, don't fill out this form, just call the library.
Okay. That works. Okay. Mhm. All right. Any questions about that? I did not do a very good job of demonstrating that one. The next one Oh, this is kind of boring. Add class names in the suggestions column in suggestions management. This enhancement adds classes to the various information spans displayed in the suggestions table. This allows for simple targeting of CSS rules to highlight or hide information that is important or irrelevant for your library's use. So this is just display kinds of things, which is cool, you know, because you can hide things or you can turn it red like we did with the received thing. Okay. Some of these, all right, so any questions about that? You want to see an example? That was in suggestion management. So you could get rid of some of these columns if you didn't want it. You could highlight the fund one if you wanted to. You could highlight the status one, you know, different things that you can do with the CSS on that. Next one is export basket. Remove spaces and don't export links. A simple template cleanup to improve code legibility and remove superfluous white spaces when exporting data using the tables feature. So this is just kind of a cleanup if you do the export table thing for baskets. They cleaned up the breadcrumbs. So if you go to home acquisitions or home and acquisitions, and then oh, yeah, I'm back in this one. Okay. I keep flipping between these two and losing where I am. So here I'm not even sure how to get there. It's for the received orders. I don't know. They added the vendor name to it. So it says at home acquisitions, the vendor name, and then received orders, just to make it more consistent. I'm not sure how to get there. And then allow export of acquisitions home and funds table. That's it. Okay. All right. There it is. Export. You can export your funds table if you would like to. Next one is store contents of FTX segment of EDI quotes for inclusion in orders. Can't really demonstrate that one. So the FTX is free text segment in the EDI orders. And then the last one is add a link to Biblio in late orders page. So if we go to the late orders page, oh, shoot, I'm still in that one. Go to acquisitions, late orders. That's right. This takes forever to load. That's why I pulled it up before the thing started. Okay. It'll eventually come. And then there's a basic, oh, there it is. Okay. So now this is a link to the biblio record from that page. Before that wasn't a link. So it just makes it easier to navigate around. Okay, seem to have burned quite a bit of time doing that. Anything, anybody, any questions anybody has? Anything that's like really cool? You know, Jason mentioned that the defining which libraries have which purchase suggestions. That was really great for their group. Anything else that anybody's excited about or has questions about?
For me, the single most thing I'm excited about, we don't use a lot of the acquisitions, but the ability for a library to look at that dashboard on the homepage and see which suggestions belong to their library is something that has been a long time needed, because
Okay.
we have, 50 libraries, and all that has ever been has been a number. And so
Right.
having it be a number that's specific to a library is important to us.
Yeah, I can see that would be a game changer. Less frustration and less questions.
The next thing that needs to happen is that same thing needs to happen to comments pending approval, tags pending approval. What are the other ones on there? I forget what they all are. There's a bunch of them, but it would be really a lot easier for us if the only ones that showed up on the homepage and the staff interface were the ones that were related to the library that you're logged in at. So,
Right.
and Christopher and I have done the Jquery for patrons requesting modification and checkout notes pending modification, or checkout notes pending and OPAC problem reports pending. I haven't gotten around to tags or comments yet. So,
Okay.
but that's not a built-in part of Koha, so that requires a little bit of extra effort.
Oh,
Requires
okay.
a bunch of code.
A bunch of code. There you go. Okay. I'm excited that they've got acquisition logs started, so that's like step A in the process of getting our tracking for budgets, over the year. Get that started. So that was exciting. And removing the unwanted fields from the purchase suggestion, I think that'll be great for people to easy way to get rid of stuff like that. Okay.
Export the budget as well.
I'm sorry?
Nice to be able to export that, the funds
Yes.
when we're cross-checking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that will be handy to pull it into a spreadsheet and deal with it, do what you need to do there. Okay. If you haven't,
Question in the chat.
okay, I have a question regarding budget table. Okay, go ahead.
In the budget table, we have fund code, page level allocated, base level order, then total order, then base level spend, total spend, base level available, then total available. So are you guys using like all those tables? What is for that? Is any suggestion from there? Thanks.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay. So that's not the right table.
It seems like so did you modify you don't have extra table. So we have extra couple of tables.
Yeah.
Not the table, like extra couple of column.
Uh-huh. Well, see, this is the demo one. from Bywater.
Yeah, you have like amount, then order and spend. It's pretty like nice looking, but ours is like we have. So did you guys, anyone is modifying? Because we use acquisition module for our budget.
Okay. I think what is the acquisitions table one of the ones that you can tell which columns you want to display? I may have done this and I just don't
I
remember.
think that's the acquisitions homepage, and that's how mine displays. But if you switch it to just looking at your budget, then in that view, I get the base level allocated, base level ordered, total ordered. I get a lot of extra columns. I think that's maybe what you're saying, Hasina.
Yes, so like when we met with our team members, so they were saying that why extra table, what does
Oh.
it mean? Yeah.
That, yeah.
Mhm.
I read something one time about what all this means. And basically what I came away from is this base level spent, total spent. Like the way we do things, these two columns will always be the same. And these two columns will always be the same. It's
Because it's the one that you allocated, so it's never goes from the parents, right? So it's always be the same because you added by hand. It doesn't change, is it?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, this will not change.
I think that Jason added a link for acquisition. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I found Barbara's bug about this.
Okay.
I didn't even know I had that. I don't remember that one.
Okay. Yeah, let me go back here.
Yeah, I agree with Barbara. We really want to make it more clear.
Yeah, because I read something someplace, you know, that explained what all that was, but it was maybe 6 months or a year ago. And basically it came into play if you, if you use that budget homepage, that budget thing differently than what we did. So if, oh, we got lots of budgets here. So if you do the, yeah, and I can't even make something up. I'm so, I can't remember what it was. I'll go back and look again and see if I can, there you go. Hide a data table column from Jason.
So yeah, if you're feeling adventurous, it's a pretty simple bit of code to hide a column, and that's in the wiki. And you would put that in your user.js. You just have to figure out what to put in it.
Yeah, so my question is, I think we can hide the table, but the thing is like to know that what is actually important to keep.
Yeah.
Before we hide this.
Yeah, I found something on the web that explained this whole, base level and allocated and ordered and spent and all that kind of stuff. I'll see if I can find it and send it to the group and get, some clarification on that. As my takeaway from it when I looked at it was the way we use it, the base level ordered and the total ordered would always be the same.
Mhm.
They would there would never be a difference between them. So I just was like, okay, fine. Then I'm just going to pay attention to the total ordered and the total spent and the total available. And didn't really go from there. Okay. All right. Yes, it's noon, or in Central Time, it's noon. It's an hour. So thanks everybody for joining us. And if you have a topic that you'd like to discuss, you know, these kinds of questions about, you know, what does this mean? That's all good stuff, because, you know, we all have that question, I think. And then, yeah, you know, if we want to get an educator in from Bywater or a developer or somebody, you know, to talk to us about some more, you know, functions and things like that, we can always do that. So I guess I will stop sharing and we will see you all later then. Have a good rest of your October and we'll see you in November.
Thanks,
Bye.
Rhonda.
Yeah. Bye.